In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still back.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one, the only, Cash Kraus.
Yes, I should start drinking out of this.
I know you should.
Pour my water right in there.
Wow, look at that little cup there.
Pour my vodka in there, like
vodka?
before I,
Right.
I
a
always
severe
have
alcoholic, as it is 11 a.m.
I always have a tall, full water bottle.
You do.
Water bottle.
Water. Right, come on, are you kidding me?
Always
You
vodka.
don't smell that vodka on your breath.
No.
Oh.
No, your boss won't, nor will the cops.
Nope. Speaking of cops, we are here today to talk. We're doing something new on this podcast.
Yeah, well, you got to explain that first.
Which I'm sure a lot of our people watching are going to be very excited about this.
TV Tuesdays are back.
And they're back in pretty spectacular fashion, I would say.
Absolutely.
We're going to be doing Sacred Games Season 1. The way this is going to shake out, you and I will recap probably anywhere from 2 to 3 episodes a week.
Yes.
Depending on how many episodes are within the season and then, how many weeks, because we like to wrap up a full season every month. But we're doing Sacred Games. Has been one of the most highly requested TV shows that we do.
Yeah.
And, it's got a few, I'd say stars in the show.
Well, this is our first foreign TV show that we have done.
Yeah, it is.
We haven't done any, it's our very first one. And we haven't done a TV Tuesday in a while either.
No, it's been a while.
We're getting right back into it. A little new format, though, like you said. They're going to be a little shorter.
Yes, they will. We're going to have them anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes per episode.
Yeah, that way we don't have to break down the entire episode. We can just talk about,
kind of
like our film reviews, what we liked and maybe what we didn't like, and how the story unfolds. But yeah, some heavy hitters.
Oh, yeah, you could say that. We have a few people in this. Saif Ali Khan, who stars in this as Inspector Sartaj Singh.
Right.
Which, based on the 2 episodes we've watched so far, really good. We've got Nawazuddin Siddiqui, the man himself, Nawaz.
We're pretty familiar.
Oh, I'd say so.
We are pretty familiar, yeah. And he plays a much larger role than I thought he would in the series.
Well, yeah, and we'll get into episode 1 and the cliffhanger at the end. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? All right, and then Pankaj Tripathi as well will be in this. Yet we have yet to see him in the 2 episodes we have watched.
Yeah, we have not. When's he going to fucking make his way in there?
I don't know. I cannot wait to see who he plays, too. I don't even know who he plays.
Well, and Radhika Apte, how could we not
bring her up? Yeah.
Love Radhika Apte in this. And she always seems to be playing like a journalist or something.
Of some form.
Yeah. But she's great. Yeah, there's a lot of people that we are familiar with. Yeah. Not just big names that we just know are big names, but people that we've seen in movies before, especially Nawazuddin.
Yeah, Nawazuddin.
Who is probably our...
Raman Raga.
Probably my... 2.0?
Yeah, 2.0? Yeah, not 1.0. We got to go 2.0 there.
But, he's probably my favorite Indian actor currently.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But,
he really is awesome.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. And he's got a very cool role in this. He's playing a gangster.
He is.
Which is the first thing we saw him in. He was playing a gangster.
He was. Gangs of Wasseypur, yes.
Which is, it's come full circle.
Yeah, I believe his character name was Fazil in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, he was a fucking loser / psychopath.
He was. He was a stoner turned psychopath.
Yeah, which you don't see a lot of.
You don't see a lot.
The more docile population, the stoner group. Because they're
more
lazy.
pacifist.
Yeah, they're just not going to get up and do a lot.
Most stoners don't do much.
He broke the curse on that one.
He did.
He became a very powerful man. And,
For the time being.
And never stopped smoking dope.
Never. Not one time.
Not throughout his trajectory did he stop, which just goes to show you, you can be a stoner and be successful.
productive.
Yeah, look at Steve Jobs.
He was pretty productive, I'd say.
All right, should we get into episode 1?
Let's jump into this. Sacred Games, season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, let's get into it. A lot happened. It was kind of like its own little movie.
It was.
It had like a middle, beginning, and an end.
Yep.
But I guess we can start off with
The opening scene?
Yeah.
Poor Pooch.
Pooch getting chucked off maybe the highest goddamn building in India.
At least 40
the dog was
stories.
falling for what felt like an hour.
It was.
There's people gathering and then people like calling over and gathering while the dog was still.
just falling in flight. Yeah. Unfortunately, that dog did not survive.
That is
the
our
fall.
yeah. Now, if it was a cat, would have walked that right off.
Would have had 8 more lives.
Yeah, would have been fine. Would have laid on its feet.
Would have been like just another day in the park.
They are
you kidding me?
Magical creatures. Cats. We don't understand them. Still
don't.
have no idea how.
majestic.
Yeah, but the dog. Unfortunately, our first casualty of Sacred Games. One of many, but it was sad to see.
Well, we go straight from the dog to Nawazun shooting a woman in the face.
Yes.
So, I mean, quite the transition there.
Which one was sadder?
I'm gonna go with the dog.
We're gonna have to do.
Because the girl seems somewhat evil. Like, haha, we got you. It was like, okay,
I'm gonna have to do also. But I didn't know the dog personally, so I can't say. But I assumed very innocent.
Yeah, the dog didn't do anything wrong. It might have shit or pissed in the house.
But it's not worth getting thrown off the roof.
There's no excuse for that.
It's a rash decision.
Yeah. Not only that, but I mean, the dog's got to go down 40 flights of stairs just to go to the bathroom outside.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he said, here, take the
happen.
fucking express. He just threw him. They'll get you down a little faster.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he probably shit himself on the way down.
Down, so there's some poop flying down with
Probably hit a guy.
It did.
But that's right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And that's our introduction to Nawazuda.
Yeah.
Is that we assume he's powerful, but he's kind of like a hermit, it seems like.
Yes.
He's like locked into this room with like a bunch of computer screens and shit. Like he's like a stockbroker, but not the case. Just a crazy gangster. Mm-hmm. But looking for a way out, I'm guessing.
Yeah, something. He's been in hiding for what was it, like 16, 20 years he'd been missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very fucking powerful at this point.
And then we're kind of introduced to Khan, which is Sartaj.
Yes.
The officer. And, there's some sort of thing that went down with a very young 18, 19-year-old boy running towards him and the kid giving himself up. And then his commander shoots the boy. And then they're in the court and he gets up to walk out because he can't deal with this, right? The fact that, so we see very early on this character is like a good cop. Right?
Yeah. Well, kind of, in the fact that he didn't rat that guy out or whatever. He's got that on his conscience, so he's got baggage. But
he's got baggage, but at the same time, they said, "Hey, either you go with this, or we'll blackmail you and say that." Because then they set him up and they said that, "Hey, we're gonna find out."
But now they have shit on him.
Yeah,
now they can always say, "Oh, he helped us cover up this." So that's what I'm saying by he's not like unscathed. He is good at heart.
It's the system.
He's good at heart, but he's got to be bad. Yeah, he's got to keep his job.
He does.
But I almost forgot about that part. Yeah, the guy was just running. The guy was running like, "Help me, help me."
Yeah, help me. And they just shot him in the back of the head. I don't know how someone looks at that and goes, "Yeah, that's a fair shot." Shot him in the back of the head.
Well, you wouldn't want to shoot towards a cop.
That's what I was thinking when I watched it. I was like, that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, so Khan should have been mad.
Yeah.
He should have been somewhat upset about.
At least let me get out of the way.
I'm in the crossfire. I'm literally right directly in the way. But luckily it didn't go right through the guy and right into fucking Khan. But they would have just covered it up.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know how you fucking cover that up.
I'm not
But I'm sure it would have been done. But so he's so that's a little history of Khan, and then Khan eventually gets a phone call.
Does.
And who's on the line?
Nawaz himself.
Fucking Nawaz. Just making calls like he's the fucking Joker.
Like he never went away.
Like he's the goddamn Riddler. He's he calls and he just starts what's Nawazun's character's name?
It's it starts with a G. It's I gotta be Ganesh. Gatonde?
Ganesh Gatande. That looks, yes. And Khan is Inspector Satif Singh.
Ah, yeah.
All right. We're not going to remember that, but
Isn't it Sartaj?
Sartaj Singh, yeah.
Yeah, Sartaj, yeah.
Okay.
Ganesh and Sartaj.
So, I lost the fucking...
Anyway, so Nawaz calls him up, and he's basically asking, hey, do you believe in God?
Yeah, which is not a good call you want to get.
No. When someone says, "Hey, do you believe in God?" You're like, "Is this the Mormons? Are you guys calling me up here? Is this Scientology?" Yeah. Because
are you gonna lock me in a room and make me watch a 3-hour-long movie about?
Tom, I don't want your help on the side of the road. I don't want it, pal.
Brother, you get a flat tire, you see Tom Cruise coming along, you better abandon that fucking car.
You got insurance on it. It's not worth your life.
Tell him Tom Cruise stole it. But abandon it. That is, yeah.
At all costs.
But, he calls him, just starts to kind of toy with him. But Khan, knows he has got history with him or something.
He does, because
everyone kind of knows who he is.
his father.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, brought up his father's name, too, and he was like, hey.
Nawaz, he's kind of this, all-knowing... being he knows kind of everything and everyone at this point.
And then right after he kind of tells him about the father and everything, Khan is kind of on his journey to try to find him. During this time, Nawaz tells the story of his life and about his father, his first
origin
father.
story.
Yeah, I love origin stories. They're fun. Unless it's Peter Parker, and then we don't need another one. You know, for new origin stories, these are fun.
Yeah, we do. And this is, the first episode is pretty much the Nawaz origin story.
It is. Yes.
Yeah. And
kind
of the second episode also.
A little bit, yeah. I think it'll probably
That's why
be
it kind of surprised
me
by how much, that he was in it. Because it's the first one is after that first 15 minutes, it's all flashbacks of him. But then the second one kind of is with him as well.
Yeah, it is.
Starting, the second one's kind of how he started his business and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But
we get 3 influential father figures in Nawaz's life.
Yes.
The first one, obviously, being his father, who is a very religious man. And then, his mom was cheating on his dad.
Classic.
Dad showed up and smashed their head in with a rock.
Yeah, everyone was thinking Dad's a big puss because he's just religious. This guy, he's not going to do anything.
Ain't going to do nothing.
He's too fucking religious, believes in God. They tell him not to hit people.
They do.
Not the case.
Well,
those
they
religious
arrested
guys.
him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I was shocked. I thought in certain regions in India, I thought that was like a justified, what they're called justified killings. Remember we were talking about that a year ago in certain places there are justified killings, but maybe not in this region.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that probably justified. Really, I guess depends on maybe who's arresting you.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, I mean, he did catch him in the act.
Exactly, and fucking bashing someone's head in with a rock kind of seems a little much.
Did you just have that rock on hand, or did you have to go out and find it?
Kind of seems a little much, a little excessive, I would say. But I don't. They arrested. I mean, if he would have been rich, I'm sure they would have probably said he was justified.
Yeah.
But this guy had nothing, so they're
6 months in prison or some shit like that.
So he had absolutely nothing. So fucking arrest his ass. He can't do anything. And that's how Nawaz got his start. And he was really bullied also.
He was.
Now he got a new shirt because his mom turns out kind of a whore.
She was.
Actually a prostitute. Yeah. By profession.
Yeah.
Not derogatory. But, so the kids, they all knew that. Remember, he got his new shirt ripped, and they fucking kicked him into the muddy water.
Poor mom buy another one.
Just sleep with another dude, get another
typical bullying.
Yeah.
Poor Nawaz.
Poor Nawaz. So he didn't, it was the making of a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. It was, essentially.
And seeing your parents get their head, just your mom and her lover, get their head bashed in, it's not going to do you great. Yeah, no. But that's the first father figure.
It is the first,
which was his literal father.
It was his literal father. Yeah.
But
the second one was Salim Kaka.
Right.
Which was kind of like a gangster, right? So the famous saying that Nawaz says is he had 3 fathers. First gave him fear. The second one gave him daring, which was Kaka. And then the third one, which he loved the most, gave him deceitfulness.
Now, was Kaka the guy who was the ball grabber.
The ball
Okay,
buster,
good.
baby.
Dude, I
was laughing during
loved
that.
That
was fun. Not for the people getting their balls squished.
If that is your thing, where so much that is like your calling card, I'm wearing a cup every time I have a meeting with this guy. I'm doing some kind of
a steel cup.
I'm doing some kind of protection, right? You know he's got one move. And if I see him coming, I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing his balls before you can grab mine. You gotta.
Oh my god.
You gotta beat fire with fire.
Oh yeah.
Because this guy, I mean,
and there are times.
What an asshole.
Oh, what a dick. You know, there are times, if you're working for a company for years, there are times that you know that you messed up and you might get reprimanded at the boss. But look, dude, you mess up at your job, you better wear that cup the next day to work.
Yeah.
You know he's grabbing your balls.
I'd rather you put me in like an arm bar or a
headlock. Yeah, just pass me out or even
just
punch
to
me.
grab anyone can do that.
Right. I'm trying to stay fertile here. You know, I don't want my balls squished.
Yeah, I mean, it's a move anyone can master, but just no one does it.
No, it's out of common courtesy. Don't just squeeze someone's balls.
But you're right. That was the whole point of the story. This guy was a piece of shit.
He was a bad man.
Bad, yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. They were doing that trade-off.
He was like the original gangster of that shit, yeah.
They were doing that trade-off, and he just killed all those people because he wanted all of it.
Exactly.
So Salim Kaka got his due.
A guy that is known, his specialty move is to go around and grabbing nutsacks. I can't do business with this man.
You can't trust that guy.
You can't trust this guy.
There's not one redeemable quality.
You can't trust to be in a room without him grabbing your sack. You can't do business with him.
No, and it's not like a fun little sack tap. I mean, he's literally obliterating your balls.
Oh, they're gone. He is full closed fist. Yeah.
And he seems like he's having a little too much fun when he does the ball bust.
Oh, he loves it.
He does
enjoys it very much. But that's how does that guy dies?
He does because Nawaz said it gave him daring.
Yes.
So he just smashed his head in with a rock. Poetic justice. You see your father do it, so you just follow suit, right?
Yeah. Well, it would have been poetic justice had he killed the dad who killed the people with the rock, not his stepdad who had nothing to do. But thank God, honestly.
Yeah, for real. Salim Kaka, not a nice man.
Yeah, that one had to go. But did a lot of people a lot of favors. That immediately is going to get Nawazuddin up in my book for sure.
Yep.
But because that guy was a nuisance.
He was a nuisance. Yeah.
But and the last dad was the one that taught him deceitfulness,
which was Khan's dad.
Yes,
Sartaj's father.
So they're kind of bros.
Yeah. Father Singh.
They're kind of brothers in a sense.
They are. Well, and that's the thing. When Khan,
good and evil.
When Sartaj shows up to Zone 13, and he's doing the whole camera thing, he's sitting there at night, and then it gets into the morning time, and as he's about to smash in the wall of Zone 13 with the bulldozer, he reveals to him, "Oh, it's your father," and he goes, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
The wall gets smashed. Obviously, Khan's the first one in. I don't understand why there's not more men coming in.
No idea.
Just Khan. He said, "I'm going in first."
This is a well-known gangster. Yeah. Yep. There should be a lot. There should be SWAT.
There should be, right?
Or
yeah, some sort of team. Something. Not just one man with a pistol. But hey, whatever. You do you.
Yeah.
But breaks in, sees the dead body. It's been there for a little while. It's probably decaying. Probably stinks a little bit, I guess. And then he goes in.
Oh, and that Indian sun?
Oh,
absolutely.
It's cooking that dead body.
For sure.
And then Nawaz is just coolly sitting in a chair.
Chilling like he's the fucking Saw guy. Mm-hmm. Like he's Jigsaw.
Yeah. Yeah, just sitting there.
Oh, welcome. I know, like, as a Bond villain spins around.
Best Bond villain ever would be Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Yeah, I brought that up before. Yeah.
Well, I did a poll on it, and I put 4 people there. 52% said Nawaz, which...
Yeah, well, he plays a really good bad guy in a lot of shit, too.
He does. In all fairness. Yeah.
And he's very nondescriptive, and you don't see that guy coming until he's bashing in the head with a fucking rock. Then you see him...
By then it's too late. But then your time is passed.
So let's get to the finale. Nawaz is there in the chair. He's got the fucking computer screens and the graphs in the back. Yep. He's a very busy man, you can tell. And what does he say to him? I can't remember what Nawazuddin says.
Well, I think Khan just asks him a question. He doesn't answer, and he just shoots himself.
He just fuck that. Boom.
And that is the end of episode 1.
Yeah, that's the last time you see old Nas.
Pretty wild. Well, so you think.
Until
Until his dead corpse literally just talks to Khan in episode 2.
It's a crazy spin.
It is a crazy turn of events there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a crazy first episode for sure.
Was.
Mostly origin story for Namazu, and I think we had to get that out of the way. But yeah, it really felt like it had a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Episode 1. We did it.
We did it. Alrighty. Well, that is our recap for episode 1 of Sacred Games Season 1. If you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.